forget which one we're on now. So, how are you doing today? That is great. I have my magical pouch still here. One thing I will say, with this trigger that we have, there were very few sort of triggers that I do that really, I don't know what's the proper nomenclature, get me off or something. No trigger that I do that really affect me. This is just because I cringe a lot when I edit my videos, because I'm the one who's doing it. However, these ones are the few that have actually gotten me to have some reaction. Basically me just being like, that actually sounds pretty good. So today, I would like to recount my experiences of going outside into the wilderness, into the unknown lands. So, I also have things that I've shown you. So, I will tell you these stories about me actually leaving the closet. Is that unbelievable what I actually leave? So, I leave the hotel, of course. And I mentioned this before, but I cannot drive, so this is going to be a walking only adventure. And I have a goal to, and leaving the hotel, I have a goal to walking to this mall that is nearby, about 10 minutes away by car, about an hour away by walking. It turns out walking is very slow. this store, Hobby Lobby, is really unknown territory to me, unknown grounds. I'm like a Christopher Columbus, except I don't create genocide and get people sick and parade their corpses around. But I'm like Christopher Columbus, just without all the bad stuff, exploring Hobby Lobby, the new continent, the new store of America. And Hobby Lobby, as it what the name suggests, is a store for hobbies. So I was walking into the store expecting some arts and crafts, maybe some clay sculpting, your basic hobby things. Since it's America, I would imagine I would see like a corner in the back where I had guns, because people in America have a hobby collecting guns. Maybe that was the wildest thing I would see. However, I was far wrong. I did not expect Hobby Lobby to be such a gigantic store. I was looking for a country, and I ended up finding a continent, which doesn't really make sense because half of the things in Hobby Lobby weren't even related to hobbies. I don't know what it is with Americans and making their stores so ridiculously huge, but I entered Hobby Lobby, and then I left. I didn't buy anything from Hobby Lobby because I have no hobbies unless they consider ASMR to be a great unique hobby that they need to stock up their 500 million shelves with. So then after leaving Hobby Lobby, I walked down, continued to explore, and I believe the next store that I went to was Dollar General. I had mentioned this in the last episode where I went to Dollar General to pick up light sticks. And I think Dollar General really gave me the sort of redneck camper van, what is it called, trailer park, there you go, the trailer park experience, because it was a complete mess. The ceiling looked like it was going to collapse in on itself. None of the shelves were organized. In fact, I was about to steal one of the people's jobs and organize the shelves themselves. That's how bad they were. And the people were not the nicest. So I understand now why Dollar General can make their things so cheap. It's because they literally have no one there. Then I had visited the Holy Grail, really the big event, store called Target. Target is where I don't buy a lot of things. The only thing I buy from Target is the groceries, the sugar cookies. In fact, I'm on my third box currently right now. I just bought them yesterday. But that's really the only reason why I visited Target. a small business, a struggling business, really having a tough time. A small gaming store named GameStop. It's a very struggling business. They have very hard times. So I went into GameStop to see the legends, to see the stories. How bad could it really be? And it was pretty bad. There was nothing special. It was a very stereotypical gaming store. I had a GameStop equivalent in my country, and I gotta say I like mine better. Even though it really didn't have much games in my country, because it's also failing there as well. I like the style of my country's better. It had much more modern style. And then I left GameStop, didn't buy anything from there, because why would I buy anything from there? And then I went to a store that I'm also quite familiar with, Kohl's, I believe it's called. And Kohl's is like every American mom, auntie, grandma's favorite store. They're like on the top 5 list. You got Target, JCPenney, and Kohl's. Those are like the top 3 stores that your mom would want to go to if you're living in America. So I went to Kohl's, and I actually bought something from Kohl's. It was a shirt. It wasn't special, and I only use it for pajamas, because I needed a new pajama shirt. There you go. I'm not going to show it because I can't be bothered, and I forgot to bring it. But just imagine a solid-colored red shirt. I believe that's your puny imaginations. Good wrap your head around that. Sidetracked, a side quest here. I got distracted from the goal of going to the mall, and I went to some of the more locations instead. For example, I had went to Lowe's. It's this home improvement store. I don't really know why I went there. I don't do any home improvement things in the least, but I decided to go. Once again, I hear legends of these stores, mythical stories, tales about these stores, so I was excited to see if it lived up to the hype. Not really, I didn't really care. Then I went to Costco. Costco is this giant warehouse stores, and the stores we've been thus far, besides the GameStop, have already been giant, so I was excited to see what Costco looked like, and it was about 3 times the size. I'm surprised that they don't acknowledge a I'm surprised they don't acknowledge a Costco location. I'm surprised they don't acknowledge a Costco location as a individual state. If that was the case, then we would have like 150 states. subscription service, Netflix subscription service, in order to even enter Costco. So apparently I was breaking the law. That's actually a constitutional amendment that people don't really talk about first and second, but no one remembers the law about how you need to have a subscription service to get groceries at a Costco. I didn't know you needed a subscription service to shop in America, but apparently there are subscription services for everything. Soon enough, they're going to have subscription services for living. Pay me $15 a month, or I will. I can't say I will. What's like a non-violent way to end somebody? I will hug you to death. Well, death gets demonetized as well. Okay. Okay, continuing the side quests, I then went to a Walmart, a supermart, or whatever the crap they call these even bigger versions of the store, because apparently American stores are not big enough. American stores come like they're people very large. And the best way I can describe Walmart is a slightly worse version of Target. They might have a little bit more options, but it's just worse in pretty much every regard. Continuing on with my adventures. Besides, it wasn't even that big. Continuing on with my adventures, I went to Best Buy, which is a technology store. And I gotta say, I was a little bit disappointed with the cleanliness of this store. Everything was, I don't know what's going on in America. Do you have like no people who can organize shelves properly? Because everything was all over the place. So I was, after being absolutely appalled by the shelf organization, I'm not sure what the proper words are here, I left Best Buy without purchasing anything. And then I went across the street to Barnes and Nobles, and I think this was the first store besides Target that had managed to meet and actually exceed my expectations. I've actually bought many things from Barnes & Noble that I would like to show you. And despite being a bookstore, I did not buy any books, because who would read? What are you, a loser? For example, I bought... That is what I bought from Barnes & Noble's. The Fox thing with the cup noodles, Fox Noodles Boy, I bought from Barnes & Noble. I can't bring him out because he is hibernating. However, then I got some bigger things. I got this. One of these X-Bugs. Let's unbox it. Do a little bit of an unboxing here. because it was the cheapest. So, clearly they have some tape here. How do they expect anyone opening this not to destroy everything? Because, I mean, the things they use. God damn it. But not to worry. Every tool has a purpose, and nail clippers has this purpose. Going at it with a different approach. Oh my god, I did it. Okay. Wow. There it is. The instructions are, yeah. I must perform a test before we start. Don't know why I got the scorpion since they scare me, but I'm sure I can set something up where you can see it for yourself. So here I am outside of the closet. I know this is a impossibility, but we have to make an exception for our new friend here, Scorpio Boy. Here he is, ready to go. Let's just turn this baby on and see what he can do together. that's enough from our Scorpio boy. He was actually very fun. Once again, proving that I am still a child. So, that was our Scorpio boy. Yeah. However, that is not the only thing that I bought. And now that we've had fun, I have a regret to inform you of something. It's been a long time. However, I bring the unfortunate news that I have relapsed into my addiction. This, of course, is the addiction to Legos, since I finally caved in and bought another one. It is a agriculture, architecture, not agriculture, Lego set of berry. Just a Lego set from a country, and nothing more. I'm not dropping any hints to where I was at before at all. Not at all. Just a simple Lego set. Continuing on from my adventures, that is the last thing I bought from Barnes & Noble was Taco Bell. I was hungry, so I wanted to go to Taco Bell. Taco Bell was not in my country, so I was curious about a Mexican fast food place. And I actually got those, cinnamon twists, a quesadilla, and a single taco, and also the Mountain Dew, like Bar Blast. I hear rumors, I watch review Taco Bell items, and I was curious to see the quality of the food. I was actually quite impressed, because I know people sometimes don't like Taco Bell. I thought it was fine. It was serviceable. Of course, I got the more classic items on the menu. But I had my Taco Bell, and then finally, after all my side quests were done, I finally managed to go back to the main quest and finally reach the mall. And the mall in itself was pretty underwhelming in terms of things that I've bought, because I've only bought in one thing from them. However, it finally had stores that I actually recognized, like Abercrombie and Finch and Hollister. Those places that have really dark lighting so you can't see how bad their clothes are. Well, I actually have some of their clothes. In fact, I'm wearing one of their shorts right now. So I went and explored the mall. They have some stores that I was unaware of. I've heard heard stories of like Hot Topic. I went in there for like 10 seconds and then I left because why would I be in Hot Topic? And to my surprise, there was actually another GameStop in the mall. There was also a Cinnabon and a pretzel place. And there was also an H&M and Gap and Old Navy, all that wonderful things. However, I did not get my thing from any of those stores. I got it from like a shoe locker or whatever it's called, I don't remember. Some sort of shoe store that sells shoes at a discounted price. I don't know how it works. How do you plebeian American shop for how do you stores shoes? How do you plebeian American shop for shoes? I was walking down the aisles of the male shoes, the section with only male shoes. Okay, and I had discovered possibly many shoes that had piqued my interest. And then I discovered a very interesting shoe, quite possibly one of the worst shoes I've ever seen in my life, one of the ugliest shoes I've ever seen in my entire 19 years of existence. All of the shoes were in stock. Not surprising, because who would buy these shoes, am I right? They were just the ugliest things I have ever seen, which is why I bought it. Yeah, I bought the ugliest shoes in the store so I could wear them, ironically. Alright, that's the only reason. See the shoes. I don't know how well they okay, they look a lot better in this lighting. Hold on, let me turn on the lights here. So, here are the shoes. These shoes are very spiky. I'm surprised these aren't classified as a weapon, because if I kick somebody with these shoes on, they will die. I'm sure of it. Probably the ugliest shoe I've seen, which is why I bought it, so I can wear it. These are about half a size too big for me, so I really wanted to buy these ugly ass shoes. Okay. finished, I went to the mall and I left the mall. However, there was an epilogue that needed to be done. There was a new game that released recently, a new Switch title. I say new, but I really should say new in parentheses since it is a remake. And am of course talking about the Skyward Sword HD remake. Now, buying this game was certainly an experience, and I could probably make buying this game an entire video in itself, but I will summarize this epilogue story. So, this was the first game I've bought in a long time that I buy in the United States, and it was certainly a experience. So, to complete this epilogue quest, I backtracked to Target. I needed to go back that way anyway, so I decided I would just pick it up on my way through Target, since when I was in Target before, I had saw it, so I knew where I was going. And then I saw it. I saw my goal. I saw the little quest marker. However, there was a slight hiccup. For some reason, I guess it's because it's not as safe in America. They put their games in these little cases. However, not only do they put them in cases, in Target, they attach the little rope thing to them, so you can't just take one and steal it away, even though you could probably smuggle in some scissors, cut the rope, and then whatever. So I presumed I didn't know what to do, so I presumed that I needed to call a staff member. However, there was no staff in the area, and there was no button you can press to call the staff like you're in an airplane. So I ended up sort of just standing there for 10 minutes, sort of just walking around in circles through the Switch section. Moms and their children were looking at me, giving me the sly eye of why this boy was just walking in circles for 20 minutes in the Switch section, and I didn't want to call anybody over because that would require human interaction, which is not something I'm very good at. So I really panicked. I didn't know what to do. No Target employee was coming down, patrolling the aisles, so I didn't know really what the game plan was. So I made the ultimate decision, the executive decision, to just leave the store without the game. I just left because I didn't want to talk to anybody. So, how did I get the game then? Well, there was, if you recall from the story, there was a GameStop close by to this Target. So I decided to go to GameStop, help a small business out, and, of course, I managed to snag one. However, not with its own little side quest. I had went to GameStop because I thought it was the new big game. Of course, they're gonna have it in stock. It's literally their sole purpose. If they don't have this game in stock, then they should deserve to go out of business. Well, lo and behold, they did not have any of these on their shelves. So I was like, what the hell is this? Your store is called GameStop, and yet you have no games here. So then I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Until I ultimately had worked up the courage to just ask the GameStop employee if they have any Skyward Sword HD copies. It's a very bad experience. And he said, yeah, let me get one for you. And then I was like, wait, well, if you have them, then shouldn't you put them on the shelves? There was no Skyward Sword copy on the shelves. No wonder your business is failing. You don't even have your merchandise out for people to look at. Terrible. So we got it out, and I paid for it. And, America and the stupid, membership programs being like, you want to be in a GameStop membership, you just have to give me your email, your personal information, your phone, your social security number, your credit card number. Just give me all the information about you, and you get free points, and I'll give you an extra $1 when you return the game instead of the $2 we give you. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, do you want to join for a free membership? You just give us our phone number, your credit card information, your social security number. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that either. So he just gave me the game. And I paid like $62 for it because I got the insurance for it. Because I was sick of saying no to his questions and this little interrogation that he tried to give me. And that's how I got Skyward Sword. And there you go. That was my experience. After finishing the epilogue quest, I went back to the hotel and ran into the closet to rest because I communicated with one person that day. So I took it out and fell asleep in the closet, thus completing the game. Not that game, but my game, the walking out, okay. And that concludes our story time today. Different video than what I usually do. If I were telling you the truth, this story time was actually made up. None of this happened. Just kidding, it did happen, but I was just in 2 separate trips. So I just combined the trips to make it one big trip. Okay. But that is it for me today. I will see you next time. I love you enough to go to the mall and interact with people and recount my events doing so with you. Bye-bye. Wait, one more thing. There you go. Different pants or shorts today. There's your reward for getting this far. And you also managed to see my lower half. I know that's very uncommon on this channel, so you really should be thanking me. You should really like my video twice, then go on your second account and like this video right now for seeing my second half.